Hey, how's it going? Brinker here. Welcome to yet another exciting edition of I'm in the Band. It's my own personal vlog, which I keep at my blog, which can be found at chadwick-brinker.blogspot.com. Today, as you can see, I am surrounded by guitars and Shriek running past. This is my own personal guitar collection. Okay, so why did I surround myself with my guitars? Because I'm a drummer. That's why. I've been drumming for 21 years, and eventually I did learn how to play the guitar. When I was about 15, I thought, I want to learn how to play the guitar. But for the past 8 years, a lot of my time and energy and just my main focus has been on the drums, that the guitars have just been sitting in a garage collecting dust, I'm sad to say. But eventually, John Kretsch, who's the lead singer, the rhythm guitarist, as well as the founder of Silver Cipher, which is the band I'm currently drumming for, he came up to me and was like, well, if you do play guitar, and if you've played guitar in the past, do you have any songs or riffs or anything that you can bring to the table? And I was like, yeah, I think I do. So when we were going into the studio to begin recording Existential Realism's Silver Cipher's third album, I brought actually a couple songs, I brought some riffs to the table, and I'm actually playing guitar, playing backing tracks on the guitar for the album, and I had so much fun doing that. I was just like, wow, that was a lot of fun. I really loved it. I forgot how cool guitar really was. And as we're actually getting ready to go into the studio to begin recording material for an upcoming fourth album, again, my focus is on the drums, but I am bringing some riffs and some songs to to the band to see what we can use with it, and I most likely will be playing guitar on the album. So I decided, now's a good opportunity to take my guitars out of storage, clean them up, see if they have any action left on them. And as I was doing that, I just started reminiscing and just started remembering like all the good times I had on these guitars and the bands I was in, and just sitting in my room as a teenager, learning how to play songs and then writing songs, pouring my emotions into them. And so I thought I would share that with you guys, just kind of the history of my guitar collection. And it all began with this guitar here. This is a Fender Squier, and that's a 100% a beginner guitar. It came in like a little pack with like a 10-inch amp, and I got it when I was 15 years old. It was a Christmas present given to me by my parents because I was expressing an interest in the guitar, and I was so excited to have this. I just thought like, man, I'm a rock star now. But it sat in the closet for about a year. I had no idea how to play it. It was so hard. Guitar is such a difficult instrument, especially if you're a drummer. And eventually, though, I learned what guitar tablature was, and I learned how to utilize the internet back in like 1996, and learned how to play songs that I had listened to. And so I learned how to play guitar on this guitar here, and I still play it to this day. Believe it or not, it still works. The pickups work fine and everything, so it is a beginner's guitar, but it still works. And that's what you get when you get a Fender. And that eventually led to this guitar, which is a Samick. This was a total impulsive buy. Walked into a music store, took one look at it, thought that's a really pretty guitar, played on it, liked it, bought it. And as I was progressing on the guitar, my parents, when I was a senior, ended up buying me this Ovation Celebrity Series acoustic as yet another Christmas gift. And I like it. I like it a lot. And I'm sad to say, though, that it fell one night off of the guitar stand. The head just totally broke like that, and I was so sad. I think I actually cried. But my dad was just like, oh, give it to me, I'll fix it. And he took it, being the handyman that he is. He put some wood glue on it and some clamps on it, left it there for 3 days, and it still works to this day. I can still string it, and it doesn't come out of tune. I'm amazed by that and thankful for that. And then this here is my one and only bass guitar. I bought this when I was a senior in high school because I was playing for the jazz band in school. I had actually been playing the drums for the jazz band, but my senior year, because I was expressing an interest in guitar, I was like, oh, hey, can I play the bass for a jazz band, and the music instructor was like, yeah, sure. Unfortunately, I didn't have a bass, so I went to the music store to get one, and I was playing on this one. This is a Dean bass, and as I was playing on it, I just fell in love with the tone, and it has good slap pop capability to it, and it has a nice flat neck, so I eventually learned how to do finger tapping on the bass, and I still play it to this day. I picked this one up more than any other guitar in my collection, and I still really love it. I think I'd be hard-pressed to find a better bass than this one. And then after I graduated high school, these are all my high school guitars. After I graduated high school, I acquired this one. This is a BC Rich Bronze Series Warlock. I was in this basement band when I was in high school, known as Mind Tricks. Coincidentally, the bass player for Mind Tricks is also the bass player for Silver Cypher. His name is Mike Lawson. And we just thought, like, how cool would it be if we all had matching guitars? So me, the other guitarist, and Mike Lawson, we went out and we acquired the BC Rich Warlock because we were like, look how mean that guitar looks. Look at that. That's like straight up metal right there. Look at it. And yeah, it looks mean. That's about it. And then eventually I acquired this one here. This is actually one of my pride and joys of my guitar collection. For you metalheads out there, you might look at this and recognize it as being a Washburn Dimebag Darrell series. And it is a Dimebag Darrell series, but this one actually has a misprint on it. I'm going to bring it up here. See if you can't see that. On the head there, it says Dimebag Darbell. So I was taking a look at this one in the music store because it had that misprint, said Dimebag Darbell on it, and eventually my parents were like, okay, we'll get that, and they bought this for me as yet another Christmas present. Obviously that was really easy for my parents when it came to Christmas presents for me, you know, just buy Chad a guitar and he was happy, and I was. So that's how I got this one. And then this was my last guitar that I purchased. I bought this one off of a roommate in college. He had it, he didn't really know how to play it, and I think maybe he needed beer money or something like that. So he sold it to me for $50. And anytime you can get your hand on a guitar for $50, hey, you gotta go for it, right? So I bought it. It's an Ibanez X series, and I love this guitar. I think this guitar just has such a beautiful tone, and I think it has so much like potential for just, it has really good action on it, honestly. The neck is smooth, the tone is great. So as I will be going into the studio, most likely to record some guitar tracks for the upcoming Silver Cypher album, this is the guitar I'm hoping to take with me into the studio. And that concludes my history with guitars. And like I said, you know, for the past 8 years, they've just been sitting in the garage collecting dust, and I'm really ashamed of that. You know, I wish I hadn't put them down. I wish I had kept with them a little more, but as I've been playing drums for 21 years, hey buddies, how's it going? Yeah, as I've been playing drums for 21 years, drums are definitely my forte. It's definitely what I focus on the most. But like I said, I do love guitar, and I've been playing it since I was 15, and I kind of wish I hadn't walked away from it, but nevertheless, I'm really glad that Silver Cypher has given me the opportunity to pick them back up. So if you are a guitarist, you know, keep with it. If you put them down, find an excuse if you need one to pick it back up. So if you are a musician, just keep on rocking. And if you're not a musician, then just keep on listening. All right, peace out.